programme, Sallie McArdle, Joe Mooney and myself will be taking a look at this capital city of Sofia, exploring the Black Sea coast, the mountain resorts and some of the top courses in the country. Sofia is the largest city in Bulgaria, located in the western part of the country, at the foot of the Vitosha mountain. It has a rich history. It was founded back in the 7th century BC, close to mineral springs, and became the capital after the country's liberation from Ottoman rule in 1879. Today it is a thriving city, offering many historic, cultural, religious and architectural landmarks, such as the Russian Church, the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral and St. Sophia Church.
The St. Sophia Church is really a unique place. It's the 5th church on this spot and it's really important monument for Christianity. It represents the so-called Justinian era, the 6th century, when Justinian the Great was running a very ambitious building program on the entire Balkan Peninsula, and the church combines different architectural concepts, aiding to the traditional basilica, combining it with a cross-dome church. It's really a unique monument. But seeing here is, what we have here is actually an underground level. And this underground level, it shows more than 50 tombs that were built in the centuries before the first church that was built on this place. So in the beginning of the 4th century, they built the first church. But at this very moment, they already have used this place for a graveyard for many centuries. And we now here are building an underground museum that will show all those tombs and remains of all 4 churches that existed here before the one we know.
The capital has its theatres, opera, cinemas and numerous art galleries.
The Gallery of Modern Art is the first and only one space in Sofia, based in Sofia, which present especially one of the famous modern and contemporary artists from East Europe and UK. We work with the foundations and the associations of the families of the Joan Miró, Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali, Marc Chagall, Andy Warhol and many more. And together with some of the contemporary artists like Hans Lonem, Damien Hirst, Peter Blake, and many more. Today we see some of the works by Sir Peter Blake, one of the famous British contemporary artists, and some small formats from Andy Warhol, Robert Mars and Hans Lonem.
On the outskirts is the National History Museum, with over 20,000 exhibits displayed in 5 main halls, which trace Bulgaria's checkered political and social history. Of significance are the amazing gold treasures. St. Sophia Golf Club and Spa is the closest golf club to the capital, only 20 minutes away. It was built in 2004 and is the first certified course in Bulgaria, with an official rating by the European Golf Association. It offers an 18-hole signature course designed by Paul McGinley, together with a spa and other facilities.
The golf course has been redesigned in a 2 years process by the Irish golfer Paul McGinley. We are the 3rd project of him. When he came visiting St. Sophia, he said that the golf course is a nice picture, just we need to put a nice frame on it. And this is actually what he has done. He added some mountings, tunneling the holes as it was before, mainly flat. Now it is, as he said, very nice pictured.
Plovdiv is Bulgaria's 2nd largest city, which traces its heritage back 6,000 years and is characterized by the magnificent Roman amphitheatre.
We have the best and the most renowned monument in Plovdiv, which is the ancient theatre, dating back from the beginning of the 2nd century, having been used during the 2 centuries, And having been known for the generations after that until the 60s of last century when we unearthed it, and we have it as a kind of a jewel for our town, and we are very happy with having this theatre. Ethnographical museum, so a museum presenting the material culture of the people in the whole area of Thrace. So we have seen tools, utensils related to the exercise of different crafts. We saw the costumes of the people in the past in our region. Then we visited Balabanov house, one example of the revival period architecture in Plovdiv, a house built at the beginning of the 18th century, having been destroyed and reconstructed.
This is the Etropoli Monastery, located in the heart of the old Balkan Mountains. It is one of around 160 working monasteries and was used to house books and educate the community. Inside is the Church of the Blessed Trinity. The Preobrazhensky Monastery is one of the oldest in the region. It is distinctive with one of 4 paintings in Bulgaria of the Circle of Life. This is Taravets, the fortress of the kings, and it is set in the previous medieval capital in Bulgaria. Inside are the ruins of the royal palace, built between the 12th and 14th century, and the church at the top, known as the Ascension of Christ. Restored in 1981, a local painter, Tefon Sokurov, has depicted medieval life and historical events through dramatic and rather haunting paintings. The original church was destroyed in 1913. This once capital of Bulgaria, Veliko Trnava, was where the Constitution of Bulgaria was established back in 1879, which also marked the date when Sofia became the new capital. Today, the city is dotted with craft workshops, from weaving to pottery, while antique shops are brimming with artifacts of times gone by. Pamparovo has an exclusive climate, featuring a soft winter with about 120 sunny days during the skiing period. The gentle profile of the mountain with its rounded slopes and summits make Pamparovo particularly suitable for beginners. But there is also difficult ski runs like the giant slalom run, offering even the most experienced skiers a challenge to remember. We now head for the ski resort of Bansko.
Bansko is a charming historic town with a stunning alpine backdrop set by the Pirin Mountains, and because of this offers a great location for both summer and winter. Bansko is one of the biggest and newest mountain resorts in Bulgaria. It boasts one of the longest winter seasons, so it's easy to see why this modern ski resort is quickly becoming a favourite with Bulgarians and visitors alike.
Lovely! I've reached stage 2, we're up on Pirin Mountain. I'm up about 2,000 metres now at this point, and it's a great spot because you've got about 2 or 3 blacks, loads of reds, a few greens and blues. I haven't taken a practice run, so I'm going to give this a lash. I think this little diddly's a blue. I've never had a lesson in my life, my friends. See you down there.
There are 13 lifts in total, with a gondola providing convenient access from the town to the ski slopes. The highest ski point is about 2,580 metres, with slopes being especially suited for beginner and intermediate skiers. They also give access to exceptional off-piste skiing and snowboarding.
Woo! That was absolutely beautiful. At the top there it was really powdery, gorgeous. Came the whole way back around the mountain, took me about 7 minutes. Back down to here where it was a little bit icy actually. But it was great. I think it's time for a little après-ski. Woohoo!
In the 1800s, Bansko was one of the main areas for arts and culture, and because of its location played a huge role in connecting trade between East and West. Nowadays you only have to look around at the famous art schools, the Holy Trinity Church with its incredible frescoes and wood carvings, and not to mention the museums and monuments, to appreciate just what this place represented back then. It's a hub of activity, offering a wide variety of choices, such as old-style pubs and taverns, restaurants, nightclubs and coffee shops. Even in the low season, the town's pubs and restaurants are bustling with the locals, and although it's nothing compared to the winter months, that in itself is nice. Type of place. The Pyrenean Mountains are often regarded as the most rugged of all the ranges on the Balkans, and because of this offers endless trekking, climbing, mountain biking, fishing, rafting, basically all the alpine activities you can imagine, and it's all done through wonderful glacial valleys, ridges and lakes. Now it's beautiful here and you can see why it's listed in UNESCO.
The Bulgarian Black Sea coastline is 378 kilometres long, with 70 beaches, various bays and mountains as a backdrop. Sallie McArdle is on the Black Sea coast, visiting the town of Sozopol, a draw to Bulgarians and overseas visitors.
The town of Sozopol is divided into two parts, the old and the new. And what I love about this place is it's one of the main tourist destinations for Bulgarians, and that's always a good sign. Now the old town seems to be very laid back, and in high season in the evening time you can always catch a good concert here in the main square. after the old town closes down around 1, you head here to the new part and keep on partying till the early hours of the morning. During the day, however, it's great for restaurants and shopping, and of course the beach just in front of me here, all within walking distance of each other. With 3 main beaches in the centre and a further 4 all within a 5-mile radius of the town, you have plenty of choice. Now they're not overcrowded, and some of them, like the South Beach here, are blue flags, so they're safe for all the family. I'm off to eat now in Panorama Restaurant at the waterfront. There's a wide variety of food to choose from, with plenty of Turkish, Asian and Mediterranean influences. So if you're after a simple shopska salad or a chicken dish, then you'll get it here. Now they'll serve until about midnight, but don't forget you can always get a crepe or some ice cream on the streets. A lunch will set you back between €3 and €5. If you decide not to rent a car, taking a taxi is the preferred option. Now it's quite reasonable, and most have set prices, so just ask before you get in. Or alternatively, you can get a bus to and fro most places that you'll stay. Preserving nature seems to be important here, and that's always nice to see in a developing region. About 15 minutes from the centre you've got this, the Ropatamo Reserve, famous for its water lilies and 260 bird species. Now it's open daily and you can take a boat trip that lasts about an hour. And it's just a nice change from the beach. Windsurfing and kayaking and all the other water activities, you can do this, scuba diving. Now because of Bulgaria's history, apparently there's some great wreck diving to be had around the peninsula. So here we go.
For a taste of ancient Bulgaria, Joe Mooney is in Nesebar.
This is the harbour in Nesebar, which is an old ancient town founded by the Greeks in 510 BC. With its old medieval churches, of which there's nearly 40 in the village, and its cobbled streets, I think it's well worth coming here for a visit. This is St. John's Church. It was built in the 14th century, and for unknown reasons it was never actually consecrated to say Mass. Now in its heyday the walls would have been covered with frescoes and the floor would have been covered in a mosaic of red, green and white diamonds. Behind me is a fine example of the old wooden houses built in the 18th and 19th century. Today you'll find that there's a business on the ground floor with a family residence above. How much are the jeans? Hi.
How are you?
How much?
It's 50 less.
50.
Less.
Oh yeah, that's about 25 euros. 25 euros, Rocket Republic jeans. Oh,
Yes,
how would you go wrong?
You want to try?
I'll have 10 pairs. I'll sell them all for 500 quid at home.
Cape Caliacra is one of the most beautiful and historic capes in Europe. Situated close to the Romanian border, it is a favourite stop for tourists looking for pretty sights and interesting historic places to visit north of Varna. Cape Caliacra also plays host to 3 of the most beautiful golf courses in Bulgaria: Black Sea Rama, Lighthouse Golf Resort and Gary Players Thracian Cliffs, which offers golfers the opportunity to play golf along the cliff tops adjacent to the sea.
Golf in Bulgaria started before 7 years ago when we started to make a first golf course next to Sofia. And then we find very good possibility to invest in Black Sea, where we have very nice weather during July and August, which I think is the best time to visit Bulgaria because the weather is not so hot. Until now we have 7 golf courses, and 6 of them are signature golf courses with Gary Player, Jan Usman, Haradine, and Paul McGinley. That's why, for sure, when they come here, they can have very good quality of golf.
Monasteries and an ancient culture, wine and traditional hospitality, the mountains, the sea, the abundant spring waters, the cities and villages, as well as the festivals, folklore and championship golf, make this a country worth exploring.